What's going on, YouTube homies? Back with another video. Um, I know it's been a while. I apologize. Glad you're still subscribed and tuning in. Thank you. I really appreciate the support. Um, I know I'm kind of late, but happy holidays to you. Happy New Year. Hope the beginning of 2026 has been treating you right. And I'm back. You know, um, I probably won't be dropping videos as often as I was before, but I will. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So in this particular video, I just want to just drop it all on you, man. I had an epiphany over the past couple of days reading this particular book. I'm not gonna reveal the book yet. I'm gonna save that for a separate video. But in this particular book, man, it really changed my perspective, and I really had a mindset shift, man, to the point where, I straight up having an epiphany about my life. And truth be told, you know what I'm saying, um, I always made excuses and blamed my feelings, emotions, or experiences of how I reacted to life, or how I treated other people, or how I treated myself. And life has a way of humbling you and showing you things and showing you the way. And what I just want to tell you that is that, part of life is the struggle. The struggle and going through a lot of losses and sucking at something is a part of life. You know, um, starting life, restarting life. I feel like, unlearning, relearning, and learning are all part of life. It all comes together. Um, Same thing with your flaws, man. Flaws, quote unquote flaws, um, or what we perceive as flaws is what makes us human. So if that's the case, um, are those flaws really flaws? If they make us human, if that what makes us human, and you having certain flaws and I having certain flaws that's different from yours, that just makes us unique. We're still human beings. That makes us human, and being able to bond and work through those flaws, because the only way to move forward is through. The next step is through. So, connecting through our flaws and positive qualities, that's what should make us come together even more. You know, all my life, like I said, I've been blaming stuff, the reason why I didn't talk to chicks, I said, you know, I was shy, which that's actually part of the reason. I always say I'm focusing on myself, or because of this, because of that, you know what I'm saying, or it's not the right time, and those may be partially true. But the truth is that, man, part of my life, in those vital years of my life, in my early growing up, I was in a shell. I never went out much. Um, I was always stayed to myself, which staying to yourself is not a bad thing, but it was to the point where it was like I missed out on social opportunities, and I regret doing that. And the only harm that was done was to myself. Um, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I was always approval seeking. I was always, I never really had friends, and I had trouble making friends. And the friends I did have, they always make me feel like I had to compete with them or get their attention to be seen. I wasn't really seen unless I was bowing down or making myself small for them to make them comfortable, you know? And I'm tired of reliving it, and I'm tired of running away from it. But also too, it's like I'm tired of holding on to it. And this is something I want to let go. And ways I tried everything. I tried prayer, going to church, meditating, reading self-help books, watching self-help videos, starting a YouTube channel and making videos. And all of these are positive things on the surface. But deep down, man, it's all within. It all starts from within. You know, I had to get back to me. The most important thing you ever do in this world, I don't care what anybody says, is the relationship you have with you. I mean, like, I said a fucking mouthful right there. This is probably the most vulnerable I've been, but I feel like it need to be said because this is what this channel is about, man. Let's connect. Let's be real with each other. This is the real side of the internet. If you don't like it, mute me. You know what I'm saying? Unsubscribe. Just click not interested. You know, but like I said, man, I just want to let that go, and that's my story. You know what I'm saying? I took my bruises, I took my lumps, and I kept going, and I eventually just figured out that I was inside my shell, and it wasn't until I was like 23, 24, 25 when I started coming out my shell. And I wasn't a complete hermit growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I did have some positive experiences and experiences where I felt alive, and and there were moments where I could be myself, and had some memorable experiences. But it was like it still wasn't enough, and that's what I'm saying with these. Watching these self-help videos, reading these self-help books, praying, all these things got me through. But it's like I was always chasing more. What's the next book? What's the next video? How did I do this? How do I do that? Searching for answers. Praying to God, which is, I believe in God and I believe prayer works. But it's like, I can't catch a break. Me in this very moment, making this video, it's like I can just breathe again. It's like I'm letting this go, and I'm getting a sense of relief as I'm doing this. And I don't know, it's just that it could be that I just hit a point in my life where my brain is my prefrontal cortex or something, like I'm maturing or fully developing, or or that the effort that I'm doing, putting myself out there in the world to be seen, because I'm not used to being seen, is actually paying off. So, but making this video and realizing that and being honest with myself was the start. And I want to let you know that you can do the same thing. You can do this. You don't have to be playing a video game alone. You know, just becoming a hermit. You know what I'm saying? You can get out, live life, and do things, man. And just admitting this is just, like I said, a relief. Um, this is probably the most vulnerable video on my YouTube channel, and I want to. I'm sincere. Yeah, and like I said, I'm debating if I'm missing something though. I don't think I am, but also too, man, it's like it's like feeling like I've been catching up, and maybe I have been catching up, but at the end of the day, who cares? Yeah, I may feel awkward, but it's being okay with the awkwardness and accepting yourself right now for who you are. Thank you. Thank you.